Dr. Asha Benkappa. She has been called as, who has brought a lot of change in terms of breastfeeding initiative, even though she was trained in neonatology, along with all the stalwarts, and she being one of the stalwarts, she took up the role of administrator and being a director of Indira Gandhi Institute of Child Health, following the footsteps of her father, beloved father, Dr. Benkappa. And she has rendered a lot of services in terms of bringing infrastructure, in creating a change in the newborn care in NNF Karnataka. Ma'am, on behalf of NNF Karnataka, we would like to salute you for all the services what you have rendered. And it's our request and honor to ask you to speak about Dr. Nirmala Kesari. Over to you, Dr.
Thank you very much, Prashant. I must confess, we have all had an exhilarating, enchanting, exciting, extraordinary e-journey. 2020 really brought out the best in the worst scenario. My milestones in neonatology are Dr. Kotresh, Dr. Prashant Gowda, Dr. Dinkar, and Dr. Kishore Kumar. You will never know what it means for me to be talking about my beloved teacher, Professor Nirmala Kesari. All of you will be knowing everything about Nirmala Kesari, her academic achievements, etc. But my journey with Nirmala Kesari is a divine journey. She is divinity. I'll be sharing some of the facts that many of you do not know. This is a photograph in a room in my house. Remember, she always stayed with me. I felt she was very beautiful, and I always used to tell her that she looked like Smita Patil. And we used to be so excited those days that she was quoted in the Nelson textbook of pediatrics in the reference on salicylate poisoning. Her teacher, she always used to tell us a lot about her teachers. This is about Whitney. And in recognizable patterns of human malformation. Her scientific mind, she discovered the Penta-X syndrome. I can talk a lot about her, but I have to concise it to 10 minutes. I had asked her how did she discover all this, and she had given me a detailed explanation how when we go in search of things, we arrive at the final point. A fascinating thing, we had a Davangere Pediatrics Research Association. It was called as the DPRA. We would meet every Wednesday at 9 p.m. in our house, Kesari. We hostelites would look forward for ME Eats from Ensinkar Majji to Karamandaki. We would plan research. The first research, along with Dr. Mallikarjun, I planned, not the HP Mallikarjun, there was another Mallikarjun, the oro-anal transit time using the carbon down tablets. We would plan research, publications, paper presentation in conferences, how do we travel, registration, etc. If one of us did not have the sufficient amount for registration accommodation, it would be immediately sponsored by Kesari Madam. She never believed in drug companies sponsoring anything. The meeting, of course, would be spiced with gossip sessions too, and we would be talking till the wee hours of the morning till 2 a.m. One thing, if she was alive, I would have told her she was a horrible cook. One time when I was very hungry and wanted to eat something, she had chapatis and no curry for it. She put mixture into it, rolled it up and said, eat the chapati mixture. And scalpel infusion is something which I learned from her, and I was excited when I could do this in Indira Gandhi Institute of Child Health in 2018 when there was a child who had come with absolutely no veins at all. Her unique innovations, you must have all heard about other things. We used to treat congenital hypertrophic pyloric stenosis with belladonna tablets, salt therapy for umbilical granuloma, Guru Prasad had put up in the group. And this was very nice. A patient with diphtheria was transfused with plasma. You know how? We did not have anti-diphtheritic serum at that time. Then we went into the registry of her private clinic, picked up a child in the world 2 months ago who had received DPT, and that child's plasma was transfused to this child with diphtheria. And I think the child recovered. I really don't remember all that well. And the drip drop method in lactation issues. Charity at home. Social pediatrics was her foray. Second residential LRC in the country was founded by her, and she established the Nutrition Museum. Recently, I had the occasion to talk to Sarojamma, who was 78 years and was still looking after this residential NRC. Nirmala Kesri Fund. Her salary was deposited there whenever we wanted money for investigation, drugs, and patient care. On many occasions, patients were sent from Damangere to Bangalore. Their conveyance charges and accommodation, everything was paid under this fund. And I was one of those people who could happily sign the check, get the money, and send the patient. That's the amount of trust she had. Even before people thought about immunization, she conducted immunization camps on her own, and this was such an exciting journey with all goodies, and so many people would come, and probably that was our first exposure to society, social pediatrics, community concerns, and we would go to door-to-door campaign on social issues. Her turning point, she never wore jewelry at all. She wore only earrings because somebody told her if he doesn't wear earrings, she looks like a man. And she stopped wearing silk saris when she visited a silk factory. She told me, Asha, do you know the number of silkworms that are killed for the manufacture of one silk sari? She was her own hairstylist. I had fun with glasses. Perpetually, I think she nearly had 5 pairs of glasses. Perpetually, they would go missing. She was famous for her mismatched footwear. All her footwear are of the same type, some brown, beige, etc. And she would come wearing the different colored footwears for rounds, and we would look down and giggle, and she was not at all put off. Then with DGP, the 25th IAP president, Jodhpur in 1988, she could have happily traveled by flight. She was always so concerned about her postgraduates. I hope you can see Dr. Naveen Venkappa at the back. And then she left to US. She nurtured me for 9 months, left to Michigan to do a DM pediatric neurology at her 55th year. She was very, very eager to meet her favorite teacher, Willie P. By the time 2 months prior to her departure, he had expired. I could feel the pain in her and her love and concern for her teacher. Dr. Kotre started off with Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, that students are forgetting their teachers, because without the blessings and good wishes of the teachers, we cannot move forward despite your PDF and online, etc. She was always surrounded by students and traveled with us in trains. I hope you can recognize Dr. Naveen Venkappa, Dr. Kishore Kumar in this photograph. Many times, IAP conference, it was called as IAP conference till it became Pedicon, was held at Cuttack. The cancelled IAP conference was held at Cuttack, and our friend Professor Indira Bai from Tirupati was the president. We were the largest delegation, and we were treated so royally. She wanted us to go for this conference because there was hardly any registration. I mean, even for any small concern would be attended with love and grace. At the back of Nirmala Kesri, next to me is Dr. Kalina Shamnur, who is another neonatologist doing exceedingly well in UK, though he disappointed her by not coming back to this country. She would become member of IAP subspecialty chapters to encourage the growth of that chapter. Her generosity was amazing. And when people asked her to become the founder president of the National Neonatology Forum, she said, my foray is social pediatrics and nutrition. If I don't become the president, then this organization will not take off. On the slide, she said, perhaps they want some contribution. And that's exactly what it was. But whatever she did, she did it with a lot of love, affection, absolutely no negative things at all. Some politics too. She contested the IAP president elections and lost bitterly. And that day she said, adieu to politics. And I remember all of us were given postcards and we wrote the appeal on the postcard and individually had to post those postcards. She was talented in almost all fields, dance, music, etc. Absolutely no inhibitions. And then the present NRC cook Sarojamma's brother, who's no more, Mr. Maruti Rao, taught her Veena at home. So she started learning Veena from 10 to 11 p.m. in the night. Donations galore. She's built a beautiful library in Kondaji, a wonderful picnic spot for her students, and we can all go there free. It's free. You can go and see there, spend time, etc. Her signature style of sitting. She cared two hoots about people's comments, always in sleeveless. Asian Congress of Pediatrics with DGBI Satya Gupta. She hated none and had an exemplary relationship with male and female colleagues. Another example of her cordiality and friendship with the other women members, that's Professor C.S. Kamala and Professor Malti Yeshwant, who are all former pediatricians and heads of the department. She would make it a point to attend my son Adarsh's birthday, and she never believed in gifts. In 1999, she conducted the personality development course because she felt that many of the postgraduates and many of the faculty in the Department of Pediatrics were not comfortable and good speakers. Under the leadership of Kettle School of Dharwad and Nandish, she conducted this training program for us. With Dr. Rajam Ramamurthy, about whom Dr. Prashant Gowda has told. She's a renowned neonatologist, and Dr. Raj Warrior and Dr. Sri Murthy, the pediatric surgeon, was there. Dr. Anil Sarnak is another neonatologist. Every time they all came to India, they helped us youngsters to learn about the nitty-gritty details of neonatology. Karthik Nagesh, if you're there in this meet, I'm very, very grateful to you. This was a CMA you conducted, and you ensured that we both were chair and co-chairpersons. And so much so, Madam is so happy about this because we both were together sitting as a chairperson and a co-chairperson. She always helped me financially and personally. I can never forget that memorable night duty, ward number 58 at Secretary General Hospital. That particular night, there were at least 50 admissions. At 5 a.m. in the morning, I just walked across to her house, which is very, very close to the campus. And I told her I give up on my post-graduation in pediatrics and slumped down on the divan in her house. She went and continued my night duty. And when I woke up, it was the next day morning. That is the amount of exhaustion I had had. That's the motherly soul. My turning point, Rajiv Gandhi's assassination took place in May 1991. Flights were cancelled, and she made me attend a subsequent BPNI meeting in Delhi. She paid for my flight and accommodation, and that's how my role in the breastfeeding movement started. We would sit together in the front row of the conferences in her signature style. Conversing would be difficult as both of us had unilateral hearing loss on the same ear, and many times Santana Krishnan of Chennai, they would always make fun of us and our difficult conversation. She was given the job of finding a groom for me because at one stage I was so influenced by her and I wanted to be a spinster. My father made it a point to come down to Davangere and gave her a piece of his mind. And then in a black ambassador car, we went to see a groom in Hubli. I do not want to mention the name of the groom. We came back to Davangere. She called up the person who had suggested the groom. She ripped him apart. My inferiority complex, I had a terrible inferiority complex. She would always tell me the story of a girl with a blunt nose. We kept on helping people and how the nose straightened. That was the amount of confidence she would give me. In professional journey, I had lots of hurdles and lots of jealousy. People have gone to the extent of doing black magic for me. And every time I would tell her I want to give up. I don't want anything to do. That's exactly the reason why I didn't enter anywhere in politics, like holding the position of president, secretary, treasurer, etc. But she would always tell me, you are a diamond. Wherever you're thrown, you will shine. Some anecdotes, for want of time, I'll just tell you one anecdote. In the midnight, I'd gone to her clinic. Her clinic used to run from 6 o'clock to 12 midnight. And that particular day, a child was brought, and that child was told to stop breastfeeding from Chitradurga on the diagnosis of lactose intolerance. She said, Asha, please help me to clear up my crowd. We need to go to Chitradurga. She made that patient, the mother, in Davangere they come in hordes, and the grandparents sit together. Then we sat in a black ambassador car and we went all the way to Chitradurga. This poor doctor was sleeping and we rang the doorbell and she asked him, why did he ask her? I'm making it, that aggressive thing is toned down to, why did you stop breastfeeding on the diagnosis of lactose tolerance? The doctor was petrified, and I hope you all know Chitradurga district was the first district to become a baby-friendly hospital. We would drive around in a black ambassador car. You know, just at the middle of the night at 12, she'll say, come Asha, let's go to Dharwad. We would go all the way to Dharwad to meet her sister Leela Kesari in Kailasha. No time to talk about Alfonso. Many a times we have missed trains, and my father being influential had to book the tickets for us in another train and all that, and we have sat in wrong trains and traveled. That's the extent of absent-minded professor she was. There was a column in Prajavani which ran for 2 years. And in that column, I've spoken my heart out. And the title of that column was Nana Nechina Kesari Madam. We used to talk almost every day. 0819225351 was our landline number. Many people would ask me, did you ask her why she didn't get married? On one fine day, on an emotional day, she told me that she was a Bhagna Premi. She did love that one man in her life, and unfortunately that man never married her. Today that man is 90 years old. He went through 3 failed marriages, and we are connected in WhatsApp. He lives in the United States of America. And every time we talk, Prashant asked me to send madam's photo. That photo, he has preserved it. I wonder if she had married him, we would not have had her here. Destiny had something else. And whenever she saw a patient, she would always track the head of a healed child and feet of the dead child. I asked her, what does this gesture mean, madam? She said, I want all my positive energy and healing thing to percolate into this child, and I'm blessing this child to recover fast. And the feet of the dead child, she would say, I'm asking him his pardon because I could not save this child. Our last time, I got the FIP Fellow of the Indian Academy of Pediatrics in 2007 at Bhubaneswar Pedicon. I was the second lady after her. I very much wanted her to come with me. So I traveled all the way to Davangere, and from Davangere we took a bus, came back to Bangalore, and by train we traveled to Bhubaneswar. And during the Pedicon conference, I realized that something was very weird about her. On my return, I rang up her sister, Miss Leela Kesari, and told her something was wrong. She was immediately investigated, and they found a benign meningioma of the frontal bone. Mr. Butt, H.S. Butt of the famous surgeon told her that it was inoperable. Subsequently, she slipped into Alzheimer's. And always she would tell me, just like I was thinking I should never get diabetes, she was always telling me, I never want, Asha, I only hope I don't get Alzheimer's. When I went in 2008, there was a fervent appeal from people that maybe when Asha comes, she will recognize her. So I went to Davangere in her house to visit her. When I visited her, she just did not recognize me. Just imagine how I would feel when my beloved teacher, I mean, she's something beyond that. And she failed to recognize me. And that's the last that I ever went to Davangere, except flying visit of close relatives, because every pebble, every stone in Davangere is Nirmala Kesari from me. What was our relationship? When people would tell her she's your daughter, she would not accept it. So our relationship was something beyond explanation. Is it soulmate? Pediatric fraternity lost 2 doyens, Dr. Nirmala Kesari in April 2016 and Dr. D.G. Benkappa in September 2016. Both of them established the Child Health Institute. Nirmala Kesari established the Bapuji Child Health Institute, and Dr. Benkappa established the Indira Gandhi Institute of Child Health. Both of them had appeared for the interview in Davangere. By quirk of fate or something, my father quit the place. He felt the lady needs this place. Let me go somewhere else. And he quit that place for her. And he became an assistant surgeon in Victoria Hospital while he left Nirmala Kesri in Davangere. Look at the way fate dictates and not what we human beings do. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you that it was a very emotional journey for me when Prashant Gowda asked me to talk about her. Both these souls are immortalized through their students. We feel so nice to see the way Kishore Kumar, Naveen Benkappa, and many of our students who have become great neonatologists, and she's immortalized through them. Last but not least, when one of my patients told me, Madam, did you see Sudha magazine today, years ago? After she slipped into coma, they said the next person to Nirmala Kesri is Dr. Asha Benkappa. What more honor do I need? Thank you very much. My very, very special thanks to Dr. Prashant Gowda and Dr. Dinukar. You have done so much for me. And as always, gratitude is very difficult to say. And I know you're both younger than me. My blessings and good wishes. And I'm sure the way you have done the whole year, you have a great future ahead. And I'll always be at the side. Whenever you need help, I will offer my hands. Thank you very much.